All right, so I'm not sure how many of y'all seen the statistic that Top Step came out with. If you have not, I'm gonna show y'all right here. Dang, you can't even see that. It's so bright outside. See if I turn the brightness up. I can't see if y'all can see for real, but it says out of every 100,000 traders that attempted to, buy a Top Step challenge, 12.4% of them passed the combine. 3.5% of those people that passed the combine got a payout. And out of those 3.5% of people that actually earned the payout, 0.1% of them got moved to a live account through Top Step. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I telling y'all this? I'm telling y'all this because out of 100,000 traders, I was amongst the 3.5% that earned a payout. And this, I'm not saying this to brag or to try to like make myself feel or look any type of way, but I'm telling y'all this because this is how you get yourself out of mental slumps. This is how you kind of can cheer yourself up in a way. And this is how I do it. These are going to be my ways and my methodologies on how I kind of get out of mental slumps anytime I'm in them. And that's the first thing I'm going to start with. First of all, in order to get out of a mental slump, you need to remind yourself who you are. You need to tell yourself, yo, I am who I think I am. I have done things, I have accomplished things. And for me, one of the main accomplishments I'm going to show y'all here, my bad, is this hat. This is a 5K club hat through Top Step. Now, if you don't know what that hat means, this hat essentially is once you reach over $5,000 in payouts with Top Step, they send you that hat in the mail. They send you a little letter, and that's kind of your reward, or I guess, or like your tangible item to kind of signify that you've done that. And that is probably the first thing that I do. That I go to look at that every time I feel like I am trading bad or whatever the case may be. I always remind myself, like, yo, you are part of that. Even out of that 3.5%. I'll say probably half of them, if I was to guess, probably half of them have made, over 4 to 5 figures in payouts. So like you are part of that 1 to 2%. Like, yes, you're struggling right now, but realize what you have done, realize what you have accomplished, and this goes far beyond trading. Whether you are not a trader, you are a trader, whether you haven't, gotten your first payout yet, you have done things in life that make you unique, that make you special, that make you you. And remind yourself that. Another thing, reflect on how far you've come. Whether or not you might see any type of financial or monetary compensation for trading or whatever you're doing, understand that you still have grown, you still have made progress, you still are successful because you have evolved as a person. You have learned so much. When I first started trading, everything that, I talk about, liquidity, fair value gap, whatever the case may be, sound like a third language. It sounded like somebody was speaking gibberish to me. Like I didn't know what they was talking about, watching all those videos and listening to people do their trade recaps. I didn't know what people was talking about. And now it's simple. It's me just like, like I'm speaking English. So it's like, even when I wasn't profitable, when I hadn't made a dime from trading it, I would constantly just reflect on that alone. Like, yo, you have came a long way. You have learned so much. And if you continue to stay on this path, you're going to continue to do the same thing. Um, And that's kind of like the second thing, like, for the people that haven't made any money yet, understand that you have made progress. You have learned, you have grown as an individual, as a trader, because you wouldn't be where you are right now if you hadn't. You wouldn't be having this. You don't have the same struggles as when you first started out. When you first started out, you're just trying to learn. But once you get past that point, now it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Yes, I'm still making mistakes, but I have made progress. I do know way more than I did 6 months ago. I know more than what I did 2 months ago. Applaud yourself for that. Pat yourself on the back for that. Another way to kind of get out of any type of mental slump, aside from that, is working out. I feel like when you're investing into your body and putting in that work aside from whatever you're trying to do, whether it's build a business, become a successful trader, working out is very important for your mental health because when you can see yourself, let's just say, for example, if I have a bad day trading, let's say I have a red day, I go to the gym right after, I go for a run right after. I don't feel like that loss was as significant because I got a win in another sector of my life. Now, yes, I took a loss here, but I got a win here. I worked out, I ran, I got my PR in whatever mile I'm running, whatever weight I'm trying to lift. I got a PR, whatever the case may be. I'm still successful for the day. I still won the day, and I earned my day back by whatever physical performance I did, whatever physical activity, in the gym, going for a run, whatever the case may be. But that's just something that helps for me. especially when I do take a losing day. Take a losing day, go right to the gym, go right for a run, whatever the case may be. And that helps me so much, because you don't feel like, a lot of times you take a losing day, feel like the day is over. Feel like you're just ready to get the day over. If you're ready for the next day, you want to get back at the markets, whatever the case may be. And it's like, that's not really how it has to be. You can win your day in so many other things. We should not attach our happiness or, the gratification from our day through our P&L. Because a lot of the times you can make money and have made bad decisions on the charts. You can lose money, made the right decisions. So it's like, you should not correlate, what your profit is at the end of the day to your happiness or how you feel. Now, yes, it is a lot easier said than done. It is a lot harder than it sounds, but it's the truth. And a way to kind of cope or just help with that is by adding other things to win your day back. Reading, working out, adding to yourself in other facets of life to where you still feel like you achieved something, you accomplished something. I think that this is very important. Um, so yeah, just working out, going for running, these are things that help for me. Another thing, counting your blessings. This is what number 4. Count your blessings. Talk to God, lean on God, give him your battles. Understand how blessed you are no matter what your circumstances may be, no matter how difficult, how just tough of a situation it may feel like you're in at the moment. You are still blessed regardless. You are still highly favored. You still are doing better than 99% of the people on this earth right now. A lot of people don't have Wi-Fi. They can't watch this video. So if you're watching this video, you're automatically more blessed. If you have your senses, there are a lot of people that don't have their eyesight. They can't see, they can't hear, they can't smell, they can't touch. I guess a lot of people that are way less fortunate than you, and you need to constantly remind yourself that, especially when you're going through things, because it's very easy to forget, the little things and the things that we should be grateful for when things are going bad. It's very easy to overlook that. But in reality, you still have a lot of things to be thankful for, a lot of things to be happy for. Yes, one small thing, it might feel like your world is ending because of it, but no, you're perfectly fine. You're healthy. You can do everything that you can do. And I think that that's one of the most important things as well. And we kind of overlook that when things are going bad. We overlook all of our blessings when things are getting difficult. But no, there is so much to be grateful for. There is so much to constantly just thank God for, no matter how difficult it may be. Um, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the 5th thing I'm going to talk about, and that's just leaning on God and trusting in His vision. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens on accident or, by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is laid out for a specific reason to better you. Now, whether you take it as that, that's up to you. That's on you. But everything is to better you. Everything is to make you a better person, and God has a plan for you. Whether it may seem like that or not, you have to trust that, because at the end of the day, without that, you have nothing. Without God, you have nothing. And I think that this is very important because it just kind of gives you a sense of just tranquility and serenity when you understand that, yo, amidst all the chaos in my life, anything that I'm going through, I have God. I know that He's doing all this for a reason. He's not going to put me anywhere I can't handle. He's not going to put you in any situation that's not going to make you a better person. Whether it might feel like it's a loss in the moment or it might feel difficult, you're going to be able to reflect on that in hindsight and be like, damn, I actually learned from that. I grew from that. Whether you might not see the lesson or amidst all the chaos, but once you're actually out of it, once you can look back and reflect on it, you'll see the lesson. You'll see the blessings that were inside of that chaos. It's about finding peace in the chaos, finding calm in the chaos, being comfortable in that, being able to just give it to Him, not dwell and not stress about it, because He does work for you. He gives His toughest battles to His toughest soldiers. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens to you, it happens for you. A setback is a setup. This is just all things I try to remind myself and tell myself, because life does get difficult. I'm human. We're all human. I do have my days. I do have my times mentally where I'm not in the best position. I'm not in the best space. And these are just things that I tell myself to get out of it. Like right now, if y'all seen my last video, I just blew 5 Top Step XFA accounts. I lost a lot of money. I've been on a pretty bad losing streak over the past 2 months. I've not gotten a single payout. All of these things that, can be looked at as so bad and like it's the end of the world. But no, because all this stuff is to help me. All this stuff is to better me. I know that in a year, in 6 months from now, I'm going to be in a way better position. I'm going to use all of this stuff as a lesson. I'm going to learn from everything. And it's all only to make me better and to evolve me as a human being, as a brother, as a son, as a friend, as a everything, as a teacher, a leader. It's going to only make me better. And it's the same for all of y'all. It's the same for whoever's watching this, whether it might be to that magnitude, to that scale. Everything is the same. It's just numbers at the end of the day. I lost, $6,000, $7,000, but like that's a blessing to even be even in that position to lose that amount of money. Um, I can show you all my bank statements, like just straight up buying challenges, passing accounts, paying activation fees, blowing them, buying more. It's been a repeat cycle for the past 2 months now, so it's been pretty difficult. It's been pretty rough on me mentally, but these are just the things that I remind myself, the things that I help myself and tell myself just to keep me afloat and keep me from crashing out and going into those spaces. I know it's very easy to, especially when your life feels chaotic and everything feels like the walls are closing in and you feel like you have no other options, but you always have God. And it all ties in. You always have God, and He won't never let you fail. He won't never let you go nowhere you can't handle. I'm gonna probably leave y'all with that though. Those are 5 things that I use personally to just, or I remind myself personally on a daily basis. Anytime things feel difficult, things feel rough, even when things are good, still remind yourself of these things because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have our days, good and bad. This too shall pass. That's for the good and the bad. You might feel like you're at the top of the world right now, but eventually you won't be. You might feel like you're at the bottom of the world. You might feel like you're at the bottom of the bucket, rock bottom, but eventually you won't be. Everything passes. Everything is seasons. Life is a season. You're in a season of your life right now. Where you're at right now is not where you're going to be at forever. Um, and that is a fact. You will not be in the same position forever. So just, yeah, a couple of things to kind of help y'all with that, though, just to help me, what helps me. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. So, yeah, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch y'all in the next one.